In times of crisis, you need a law firm that stands by your side. With over 40 years of experience, Craig & Getsoulis is dedicated to fighting for your rights. As former state prosecutors, our attorneys have the knowledge and trial experience to provide an aggressive defense against any charge, from DUIs to homicides. If you've been injured, our compassionate team will assess your case and fight for the compensation you deserve. Serving all of New Hampshire, Craig & Getsoulis is here when you need us most. Visit craigatzulis.com or call 603-5551-234 for a free consultation. Craig & Getsoulis, your advocates, your allies.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Diz's Cafe is the place to put a smile on your face. Judy and the crew will take care of you. Bring your appetite and treat your taste buds right. Diz's Cafe is always a winning choice. Breakfast, lunch, or supper. Diz's Cafe at 860 Elm Street in downtown Manchester. Dine in, take out, or make a reservation. Call 603-606-2532. Eat, drink, and be happy. Diz's Cafe.
When it comes to keeping WMNH on the air and your own personal or business computer needs, trust Groland Computers. Located on Elm Street in Manchester, Groland handles computer repair, virus removal, and custom-built systems. Are you looking for budget-friendly options? Check out our selection of fully inspected used computers. We offer tailored on-site solutions. No unnecessary expenses here. Visit Groland.com or call Groland Computers at 603-645-0101. Your tech, your way. Trust Groland Computers.
Midnight.
7 times out of 10, we listen to our music at night. Thus spawned the title of this program.
Late Night Delight with DJ Midas, right here on WMNH Manchester.
You wanna know why? Because I'm on the radio.
Saturdays and Sunday nights, midnight to 4 a.m.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Behold the harmony of airwaves as you immerse yourself in the captivating frequencies of WMNHLP, the sonic heartbeat of Manchester, transcending through the ether at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation. Our transmissions emanate from the zenith of 1000 Elm Street. Venture into the heart of our creative realm at 119 Canal Street, where innovation and sound collide. We bear the imprimatur of Manchester Public Television Service in the venerable city of Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. Enrich your auditory journey with the depth of our licensed resonance. Dispatch your missives to WMNH953@gmail.com or traverse the virtual corridors of WMNHradio.org. Engage with our sonic vibrations by communing with us through the digital channels. Your radio beckons, eager to enthrall you with its mesmerizing cadence and envelop you in a symphony of boundless auditory wonder. WMNH, rip the knob off.
Juju and holy water. It's juju and holy water. It's juju and holy water. You got to get lost to be found. You wake up, though empty bottles on the table. Can't remember just what you did the night before. Poison in your soul, nothing left to borrow. Burying your gold, your pain and your sorrow. to be found.
Oh, I like that a lot. That is One Dime Band, Hulu and Holy Water. I love that guy's voice. We're going to learn more about that and a lot of things in just a couple of moments. If you are listening live on Saturday morning, this is Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious Manchester, New Hampshire, here on Canal Street. Of course, Jenny is here with us at the news table.
Present and accounted for.
And by the way, thank you again to Sheila Russo and Tony Russo, of course, from Paper Jam Magazine for joining us in the first hour, and all that they do for the music scene here, for the local music scene. Just really phenomenal. But right now, we are joined in studio by, let's see, we have Charlene Labor and Debbie Madison from Granite State Blues Society. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
And we were actually kind of bonding off air over, we have some, a mutual friend of ours, Nick David, and we're going to play, actually, at the end of our segment, we're going to play something from his band, but I've known Nick for a very long time. And, but the way that I originally met Nick, it was not through the music scene. I used to do Jeet Kune Do, and I met him at a Jeet Kune Do class that we were both participating in. So, we would spar and wrestle and all that. So that's how I originally knew Nick. And then it turned out, I learned he was a musician. And but I haven't seen Nick in a very long time, but you both were saying that he's a good friend to the Granite State Blues Society and
yes.
does a lot.
Yes, absolutely. He's a great guy. He's very supportive and friendly with the Granite State Blues Society.
Excellent. So what is that? What is the Granite State Blues Society?
We are a registered nonprofit here in New Hampshire, 501c3, and we work to promote the blues and keeping the blues alive up here in the great Granite State.
Outstanding. What do you both do? I mean, do you each have specific duties, or are you partners in this, or?
Yes, we're partners. We have a board, and we all work together cohesively as one unit to promote shows in the local area, attend shows. We do visibilities for the Granite State Blues Society to help give some visibility to make sure the Granite State Blues Society people know that we exist.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this. So when did this start? How long has the Granite State Blues Society existed?
We were incorporated, I believe, back in 2002 when they joined the Blues Foundation, which is the parent, the umbrella organization for all the blues societies all over the world.
Okay. Wow. So there's a global organization.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's headquartered down in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. And then for the Granite State Blues Society, were both of you involved right from the beginning?
No.
Okay.
No. I've been involved with them for maybe like 7 years. And then I've risen up to the leadership position. And Debbie?
I think it's been 5 years for me.
5 years, yeah. What brought you each into this? I mean, do you have did you have prior backgrounds in the music industry? Are you musicians, or what? I'm curious to know what brought each of you into wanting to do this and doing these events. There's an event coming up too that we're going to talk about in a moment.
Yeah.
That's next weekend. But I'm curious to kind of know what brought each of you into getting involved in this.
Well, I ran into John Mann and Roxanne Mann at the Auburn Pits and started talking to them. We were out there for a blues jam, and I found out about the Granite State Blues Society through them. They told me about the International Blues Challenge down in Memphis, so my husband and I decided we were going to Memphis that year because I love the blues. We both do.
Yeah.
And from there, I sat down in a club in Memphis, and I sat down next to Audrey Frazier, who was the current president of the Blues Society, and I said, wow, I didn't know this existed, and I would really love to be involved, and that's how I became a board member of the Blues Society.
Okay. And what about you, Debbie?
And for me, I've had a lifelong love of the blues, and approximately 5 years ago, I met Charlene and the former president, Audrey.
Okay.
And they sort of reeled me in.
Okay. How did they reel you in? And what was it? Did they have to talk you into getting involved, or was it something that you kind of jumped at, like
I was
like Charlene
willing.
did?
I was willing from the start.
Yeah, yeah.
I think a lot of it comes from our love of the blues, the people that are involved with the Blues Society, including our wonderful sponsors that we have. It's just that there's a very solid core group of people in New Hampshire and in the New England area that just love the blues, and it's just a wonderful big blues family. We are very supportive of each other, and that's kind of how it runs.
Yeah. And the blues is so foundational to everything. Like, all the,
Absolutely.
I always kind of think of it as people are blues fans who don't necessarily realize that they are, because if you're a fan of rock music,
Yes.
Any genre or subgenre of rock music, I mean, it all started, and same with country and same with hip hop and everything. It all goes back to the same thing. It all goes back to the blues.
Yes. You're absolutely correct.
Without the blues, I mean, we might all be listening to, I don't know what we'd be listening to. Pat Boone, maybe? I don't know.
You'd be listening to classical music.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but,
No.
but without the blues, you don't have everything else. Tell us about the event that's coming up August 3rd.
That's our annual blues festival, and it is a fundraiser for New Hampshire's children's charities. Since the inception of this, it has always benefited the New Hampshire children's charities, typically the Webster House right here in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Okay.
This is a one-day festival, rain or shine. The weather forecast for next week looks absolutely beautiful, and it's out in Mason, New Hampshire at the range. Nicole Ruggiero has been hosting us for 4 years. This is our fourth festival, and we've got our 2 Blues Challenge winners from last year. Nick Spencer, who is a young man who plays guitar, sings, and plays harmonica. He's 16, I think. Well, excuse me, he just turned 17, and he's heading off to Berklee College of Music in the fall.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he's a very talented young man, and I'm very excited. We are all very excited to see where this takes him. And the One Dime Band, who you listened to on the intro with John Brockler and Paul Gallucci, they will be playing our festival as well. We have the Diego Mongu Band. They're from Western Massachusetts, and he was at the International Blues Challenge this year as well. We have Cheryl Arena featuring the wonderful, lovely Queen of the Blues, Tony Lynn Washington. And we have the Knickerbocker All-Stars are coming up, and we have Nick David, the Wicked Lowdown.
Outstanding. So we're going to do something. We were talking about this off air. We're going to do something special for our listeners. So if they want to go, they have to, so they can contact you. How should we, through social media? Would that be the best way?
I think social media, if you would message us on our Facebook app, and that would work.
So if you're the first one, you got to be the first ones. Is it 2, what are we doing, 2 tickets?
2 tickets. We'll give a pair of tickets.
To get a pair of tickets, you have to message the Granite State Blues Society through Facebook and say that you heard this conversation here on this. You got to say the name of the radio show that you heard it on and the name of the station, WMNH 95.3 FM. But if you offer that information, the first one to do that, to message on Facebook, the Granite State Blues Society will get 2 tickets complimentary to this amazing event. And by the way, where is Mason exactly? What is it near?
So I guess depending on where you would be driving from, it's down near the Massachusetts border. It's south of Amherst. Like,
okay.
I go 101.
Yeah.
Route 31.
Oh, okay.
Right by Monadnock Water. You just follow that down maybe 10 miles, and it's on Turnpike Road. It's pretty easy to find.
Okay. So be the first ones to message Granite State Blues Society on Facebook. Mention this conversation on this radio show on this station, and you can get in. You can get your 2 tickets. And now you said this is the 4th one.
The 4th one that we've held in Mason at the range. Prior to this, it was in New Boston at the 4-H fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
For many, many, many years.
So talk to me about putting this together. I assume this is probably something that and I just know from my own experience in doing concert promotion and being involved in annual events, I assume this is something that you're doing some planning for the entire year, right?
Yeah.
Because something that people outside of the business don't know, or who've never done any kind of production of an event like this, an annual event, and this is a big event, you've got a lot of artists playing on this, is how much work actually goes into it.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's not a matter of, you contact a bunch of bands and they're all just going to show up and, and it's a quick, easy. This is complicated stuff, right? This is a lot of work.
Yeah. And it does, and we plan, like, we're already talking bands for next year's festival. We've already got some in the queue for next year. We do start talking about this, and it's kind of, we are going to be in a little hiatus, I think, September, October, November, but we have to do a fundraiser for our Blues Challenge winners this year. And then we just start planning again for next year's festival. And it is a lot of work. And we do have a board member, Rachel Bernard, and she has been a fantastic asset for our board in terms of her knowledge about how, like you said, how all of these things come together.
Yeah.
And, many hands make light work.
Yes, yes. How many people are on the board? You might have.
We have 6.
6, okay. And how do you in terms of deciding who's going to play the festival? Because I assume you probably have a lot of submissions, right? Or people who contact you who say, "Hey, I've got a blues project we'd love to play."
Yeah, it works that way as well. We do have people that reach out to us, but we always give a slot to our Granite State Blues Society Challenge winners. They will always be on our stage in the following year. And then we kind of look around at new acts and people that we've seen. Some people we see in Memphis at the International Blues Challenge that we would not be able to catch their act if we didn't go to Memphis. So I would recommend, if you want to go to Memphis and you want to get entrenched in a weekend of blues, go to the International Blues Challenge.
Right, right. Would you say, is Memphis, Tennessee, is that kind of the mecca for blues right now in the United States, or are there other cities that maybe people wouldn't think of necessarily where there's a really hot blues scene happening?
Well,
I think Beale Street, Memphis, is really the home of the blues.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes. But there are many, many other places.
There's Chicago blues. I mean, we have. Even locally, we have a lot of fantastic clubs, but I think Milford and Manchester, we have a pretty vibrant blues community, and I apologize if I've left anybody out, but it's like trying to think of everything on the fly.
Yeah.
But I do, yes, it's kind of like the Mecca. Everybody goes there that wants to get deeply entrenched in the blues.
Tell us about the challenge again, the Blues Challenge. I'm curious to learn more about that. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Debbie.
We hold a challenge every year. And there are 2 categories, solo, duo, and band group. We also have a youth category as well.
Okay.
And the winners will go to Memphis to represent New Hampshire in the International Blues Challenge.
Oh, okay. How many people enter the challenge here?
I think we had 6 bands this year.
Yeah, it really varies year to year. We just had it May 19th up at the Bank of New Hampshire stage. They were very generous to host us this year. I would also recommend that people check out their website because they do have some blues shows coming up. But we do start making announcements probably in March or April for next year's challenge. Will be held. It's typically held in May.
Okay.
We just vet the bands, make sure they're blues. They do have to have some original music as well. It's favored. It's looked upon very favorably by the judges in Memphis. And then we just have a fun day listening to blues.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know how many artists are involved in is in Memphis? Is that the International Challenge? Or?
Correct.
Okay. So there must be a lot.
It's held every January.
Okay. Do you know how many? I mean, is it in the how many artists are in that challenge? Is it
it's in the hundreds?
It is in the hundreds. Yeah.
The first
Wow.
year I started going, it's amazing, and you really have to run from club to club and back and forth across the street to catch all the music, and then you start hearing the buzz on the street, like, oh my God, you got to catch these guys, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Does anybody ever approach the Granite State Blues Society who you have to I don't know if turn away would be the right way of putting it, but something that I've always found kind of interesting, and speaking as a musician myself, is blues is one of those genres, and like I said, it's also the foundation of everything, but not everyone necessarily agrees on what qualifies as blues. You know, like you've got a lot of rock bands that are kind of blues based, and which is an odd term in and of itself because it's all blues based, right? But you've got some rock bands who have kind of a bluesy sound, who some might consider to be blues but aren't necessarily blues. I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of somebody. It seems like there's even been bands that will put the word blues in their name, and there's an example of that specifically that it's in the back of my mind. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite think of who it is. But not everyone necessarily agrees on what is blues and what is more just blues-based rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever find that where someone approaches you and says, hey, I've got a blues project, and then you listen to their music and you go, this isn't really blues, you know? Does that ever happen?
Well, when we do have the Blues Challenge, we bring in 3 judges that have a very strong blues background.
Yeah.
None of them are board members. It's very, and you're right. Sometimes it is subjective, and yes, we've had a couple of people that applied this year that when we vetted the bands, because you don't want country rock up there,
right?
And you know, when it's a blues challenge and people are coming and anticipating blues, so yeah, it does happen, and we very kindly and gently thank them for their interest. But we want them to make sure they're playing in the blues genre, because there would be no point in them, a hip hop singer coming in to compete in the blues challenge.
Right. Matt Kirshner is in the Facebook live chat and says, Blues Traveler, LOL. Yes, that's who I was trying to think
Okay.
of. Perfect example. Yes, Blues Traveler. And again, you can understand why they would call themselves Blues Traveler, but it's not blues. I mean, he's got a harmonica, sure,
Okay.
but that's not all it takes, right? And you've probably had conversations similar with people about that kind of thing, right? Like, this isn't really what we're looking for here, you know?
Yeah, it's typically only with the challenge, because we want to make sure that, listen, I'm not going to be critical of anybody.
Right.
I don't play an instrument, I don't sing.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of try to enjoy all of it as much as I can. But we keep our festival in the blues genre, we keep our challenge in the blues genre, and we will promote shows on our Facebook page about blues shows that are coming up. Blues jams, if you know of a blues jam, send it our way. We'll put it up on our Facebook page and our website.
Yeah. Now, does the Granite State Blues Society, you've got the annual event. Do you do other events? I mean, obviously you promote other events that people are having, as you just said, but do you also do other smaller events throughout the year, or do you just focus on the one annual event?
It's a big lift to pull the festival off the ground.
No doubt.
And then we move towards our blues challenge. We would like to do other events. We've talked about it. Having something else, but we haven't pulled it off yet, and that's definitely on the back burner for us.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And there's a lot of opportunity. There's so many good blues musicians in this area that we are very fortunate. You can always find a show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We also do a couple of fundraisers for our Blues Challenge winners to help defray their costs to Memphis.
Oh, excellent.
Forgot about that. Thanks.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And tell us again about, you mentioned Webster House earlier.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that? Because, certainly living in Manchester, I'm aware of the Webster House. I've heard of it. I don't really know much about it, though, and many of our listeners probably don't know either.
Yeah, the Webster House, I can't tell you how long they've been established, but it is a home away from home for children who need to be out of the home through no fault of their own. I don't know why they chose that charity way back in the past, but last year we were able to donate over $5,000 to them, and they were able to purchase a nice big brand new professional high quality gas stove for their kitchen because they're feeding lots of kids and they do cooking. They teach the kids how to cook and do things like that. It's a really well established children's home here in New Hampshire. I believe this year we are going to bring in the Nashua Children's Home as well as one of our beneficiaries of the festival.
Excellent. Are there other charities involved too, or
no?
Webster House is
Webster House
the focus,
has been they've been the focus over the years, and we've, like I said, decided that the Nashua Children's Home, we're bringing them in as well.
Yeah, excellent. And the number of artists. So how many did you say 7? How many artists are performing at the festival?
I forgot Prakash Slim is going to be there. He was the latest addition. Do you have them counted? 1, 2, 4.
It's a lot. It's a full day.
It's like 6 or 7. Yeah.
Excellent. Has it always been that many from the beginning, or is this something that's kind of grown over the years?
Well, we do try to keep it. It's a one-day festival. We try to get the gates open at 12. The last act will be getting off stage about 7:30, about when the mosquitoes and the bugs start coming out.
Yes.
So that's we definitely don't want to be there into 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night because it's a big lift. It's a long day.
Yeah,
we have a lot of fun doing it. It's very enjoyable.
And when it's over too, it must be kind of a relief, right?
Tremendously,
but very satisfying. Yeah, and it's cool that you're raising money for Webster House with it.
Yeah,
and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have? So there might be people listening who either don't know a lot about blues music, or maybe kind of used to be very either listening to it a lot or playing it. Maybe musicians who maybe kind of fell out of the scene a bit. Do you ever, I'm sure you have conversations with people sometimes where you have to kind of direct them at maybe resources to learn about blues artists and about the genre?
Well, we do have a blues education portion of our blues society.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about. Yeah, tell us about that.
So Rachel Bernard actually took that over when we lost one of our board members who was headlining that. She's brought some Jimmy Carpenter into the schools. I believe was it Sauhegan or Milford. Jimmy Carpenter's you know more about him than I do.
He is a singer and saxophone player who. I'm sorry.
Oh, she's just telling you make sure you talk directly into the mic. Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, so Jimmy Carpenter he plays horn, and he went into the school. I wasn't there, but she did bring him into the school. We've done stuff with Easter Seals, doing a blues ed program with them. I haven't been involved in that, so it's not something I can speak eloquently about.
Yeah,
there's definitely that portion of what we try to do.
Yeah. Excellent. Are you already? Well, actually, let me ask it this way. So, what's the best way? Say there's somebody listening who would like to submit something for the Blues Challenge in the future or next year's, because as you mentioned, you're already. And that's how it works, right? When you're doing an annual festival, you've got to be thinking ahead, way ahead. You're already thinking about next year, right?
Yes.
So for people who want to submit something, maybe they want to get in, or maybe they just want to get involved. Maybe they want to volunteer for the Granite State Blues Society. What's the best way for people to reach out to you?
They can check out our website, granitestateblues.org. We also have a Facebook page. So reach out, get in touch.
Yeah. Excellent. And are there, because obviously, we have people who listen online from other places. I assume there's other variations. People, you probably don't know offhand, but I assume there's other organizations, probably in every state across the country, that has some does something similar to what you do in terms of promoting blues music and educating people on it and festivals and events and whatnot. And
If they go to the Blues Foundation website, they can, if anybody's listening in from, say, Illinois, you can find your blues chapter.
Yeah.
I've been out in Pennsylvania and went to a blues jam and directed a young man to their. I said, you got to find your local blues chapter. You have to go find them and introduce yourself. Most of the states have them, I believe.
Yeah, and that's organization you were talking about too is international, right?
It's the parent one, the Blues Foundation.
Yeah.
They have a website. They are the ones that host the International Blues Challenge.
Okay. Yeah, so there's no shortage of resources for people.
No,
online
absolutely not.
And wherever you are in the country or in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Does that ever surprise you when you're, in terms of thinking about, wow, there's actually other countries where this organization is operating and there's actually blues. Like, it's funny to think about in a way, right? Like maybe, I don't know, France, is there a blues scene there?
Oh, yes.
Probably is,
yes,
right? Yeah.
There is. There's, and I remember being surprised the first time I did go to Memphis. There were blues players there from Japan. And it doesn't surprise me, honestly. I just never thought about it before.
Right.
That, they're from everywhere, and they come to Memphis and they just have a blast.
Yeah.
This year in Memphis, it was really cold and icy. It had snowed. Everything was just a mess down there because they're not New Englanders. So
they're not prepared for anything wintry.
And we came across a young couple. They were building a snowman, and did he say they were from France? He said, we don't get snow over there.
Oh, no kidding.
So it was kind of fun.
That's cool. That's cool, though. And you said Japan, too?
There's Japan, Germany, Australia,
Korea, Italy.
No kidding.
Yes, they're from everywhere. England. Oh my God. Yeah, there's just amazing. Like just sitting here, like the Sinelli brothers. They were over from, I want to say, England. They were fantastic. I love them.
Outstanding. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, because we think of blues as being, an American, and
yes.
this is where it started. But
the blues roots are from. Yep.
But music is so, a music scene in any genre can happen anywhere. And I think the internet has a lot to do with that too.
Yeah.
Certainly, 30 years ago, we wouldn't necessarily be talking about, there's this blues band in Japan right now. That's, but with the internet, it has made everything, it has made music truly global in every genre, which I think is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. We got to start to wrap up this segment, and we are going to play something from Nick David's band. But remind us, actually two things. One, we got to remind everybody, if they want a pair of tickets, you can get a pair of tickets to the event August 3rd. But what you got to do is contact on Facebook, Granite State Blues Society. And the first one to do that, you got to mention this conversation on this radio show, on this radio station, and you can get a pair of tickets to the event. What's the official name of the event again?
Blues on the Range.
Blues on the Range, yes. Where does
some people might remember Barn Full of Blues, the festival we had before we moved to the Range.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Where did you used to do it?
New Boston, New Hampshire, at the 4-H field.
Okay. Why the move? Is the place in Mason just bigger, easier to?
Well, the dreaded COVID hit and changed a lot of things. And then when we went back in to try to go back to New Boston, we were unable to secure that venue for the festival. So we started looking around and came across the Range with Nicole Ruggiero, and she's been absolutely fantastic to us. It's a beautiful little venue out in Mason. Tomorrow afternoon, Frankie Boy and the Blues Express will be playing. She does a Sunday afternoon blues thing with the barbecue and blues. It's bring a lawn chair, bring your money, sit down, enjoy yourself.
Very cool.
Every Sunday until she closes in the fall.
Oh, outstanding. Okay, good to know. But yeah, so Blues on the Range, if you want a pair of tickets to that, again, contact Granite State Blues Society on Facebook. Mention this conversation on this show, on this station. Be the first ones to do it, though. So do not procrastinate. And you can come to this amazing event And again, where should people go online? What's the website, the main website for Granite State Blues Society?
www.granitestateblues.org, and you can find us on Facebook.
Outstanding. Well,
we'll be selling tickets to the festival, advanced sales until Friday.
Okay.
And those are available at granitestateblues.org.
Excellent. Well, listen, Charlene and Debbie, thank you both so much for coming in today. This has been wonderful.
Thank you so much for giving us the time and hosting us.
Oh, very happy to do it. And we will close out this segment. So this is, I think we'll play this track. I just like the title, Mind Your Mind. The band is Wicked Lowdown, and my old friend, Nick David, whom I have not seen in a very long time, but great guy and so talented. Such a talented guy. But we're going to play this. This is from his band, Wicked Lowdown. This is Mind Your Mind. And if you're listening on Saturday, if you're listening live, we've got plenty more to come on the show today. But we will close out the segment with this. And again, Charlene and Debbie, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Would you mind?
Your glass the morning and I'm getting to the dollars. Shawty wanna fuck me, she just saw me like it's nada. She just throw it back for that Fendi Louis Prada. She don't need no baby cause she ready with that water. Wake up in the morning and I'm getting to the dollars. Shawty wanna fuck me, she just saw me like it's nada. She just throw it back for that Fendi Louis Prada. She don't need no baby cause she ready with that water. I be in the sky, feel like Luke when I'm walking. I can't quit ever, know that never been an option.
Poppin', I don't need security, I'm locked in. Beat it like I'm Drake, this that straight up out of Compton. Watch him, eat it to the bone just like an animal. Rappers say they sick, while you witnessing the antidote. Can it though, I can see my future and it's tangible. Told her drink this beat like all her life she been a cannibal. God, all my life I know it's going hard. Laying out these bars as I exercise her jaw. When the money call, I ain't sharing it at all. Hotter than the summer, so they never been a fall.
Wake up in the morning and I'm getting to the dollars. Shawty wanna fuck me, she just saw me like it's nada. She just throw it back for that Fendi Louis Prada. She don't need no baby cause she ready with that water. Wake up in the morning and I'm getting to the dollars. Shawty wanna fuck me, she just saw me like it's nada. She just throw it back for that Fendi Louis Prada. She don't need no baby cause she ready with that water.
Wake up in the morning, say your prayers, start my day. What's for breakfast? Oh, that's cake. Won't hesitate to clean my plate. Won't look at me. And you see that God don't make mistakes. I'm stacking for life after death. Ain't no biggie on me, my fate. For the bone of gas, that's that cash. Shorty got that water, that's that drip. Drip splash, I go swimming, skinny dipping with precision is my mission. They say life's what you make it, but that's just the way we living now.
Wake up in the morning and I'm getting to the dollars. Shawty wanna fuck me, she just saw me like it's nada. She just throw it back for that Fendi Louis Prada. She don't need no baby cause she ready with that water. Wake up in the morning and I'm getting to the dollars. Shawty wanna fuck me, she just saw me like it's nada. She just throw it back for that Fendi Louis Prada. She don't need no baby cause she ready with that water.
In times of crisis, you need a law firm that stands by your side. With over 40 years of experience, Craig and Getsoulis is dedicated to fighting for your rights. As former state prosecutors, our attorneys have the knowledge and trial experience to provide an aggressive defense against any charge, from DUIs to homicides. If you've been injured, our compassionate team will assess your case and fight for the compensation you deserve. Serving all of New Hampshire, Craig and Getsoulis is here when you need us most. Visit craigatzulis.com or call 603-5551-234 for a free consultation. Craig and Getsoulis, your advocates, your allies.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Diz's Cafe is the place to put a smile on your face. Judy and the crew will take care of you. Bring your appetite and treat your taste buds right. Diz's Cafe is always a winning choice. Breakfast, lunch, or supper. Diz's Cafe at 860 Elm Street in downtown Manchester. Dine in, take out, or make a reservation. Call 603-606-2532. Eat, drink, and be happy. Diz's Cafe.
When it comes to keeping WMNH on the air and your own personal or business computer needs, trust Groland Computers. Located on Elm Street in Manchester, Groland handles computer repair, virus removal, and custom-built systems. Are you looking for budget-friendly options? Check out our selection of fully inspected used computers. We offer tailored on-site solutions. No unnecessary expenses here. Visit Groland.com or call Groland Computers at 603-645-0101. Your tech, your way. Trust Groland Computers.
Midnight. 7 times out of 10, we listen to our music at night. Thus spawned the title of this program.
Late Night Delight with DJ Midas, right here on WMNH Manchester.
You wanna know why? Because I'm on the radio.
Saturdays and Sunday nights, midnight to 4 a.m.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Behold the harmony of airwaves as you immerse yourself in the captivating frequencies of WMNH-LP, the sonic heartbeat of Manchester, transcending through the ether at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation. Our transmissions emanate from the zenith of 1000 Elm Street. Venture into the heart of our creative realm at 119 Canal Street, where innovation and sound collide. We bear the imprimatur of Manchester Public Television Service in the venerable city of Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. Enrich your auditory journey with the depth of our licensed resonance. Dispatch your missives to WMNH953@gmail.com or traverse the virtual corridors of WMNHradio.org. Engage with our sonic vibrations by communing with us through the digital channels. Your radio beckons, eager to enthrall you with its mesmerizing cadence and envelop you in a symphony of boundless auditory wonder.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
You are listening to WMNH 95.3.